snow we had this winter and that snow being piled up in our home lawns, we're going to see lots of problems developing here. The next few weeks, the snow molds developing in our home lawns. The biggest key with snow molds when you first see them is as that snow's starting to melt away, you're going to see little patches in your home lawn that's matted down, just like we're seeing here. We have two different types of snow molds that we see in Nebraska, gray snow mold and pink snow mold. The only difference between the two of them is the color of the mycelial, that fuzzy growth that we see on that turf blade. What we have here today is actually pink snow mold, and you can see that pink discoloration right there on the blade. What happens is this fungus is active underneath that snowbank that we had all winter long and provides some insulation. And once that snow melt starts to disappear, that's when we start seeing the problem developing in our home lawns. And this is the time of year we're going to look for management and ways to prevent it and help restore our home lawns, looking back to that nice, beautiful green turf that we had last year. With management of snow molds, once you've had it, you're probably going to have it develop again in your yard. So next winter, one thing to keep in mind is we want to try to keep those piles of snow off of our lawn if possible. If we're going to have those piles of snow, moving it around within the lawn is one way to really help reduce the amount of snow mold you're actually going to see. Well, we can't do that now, so what can we do now? The best thing to do right now is we need to pull out those rakes, rake up that matted turf material. This will allow all that new growth of new turf underneath to be able to get the sun, get the sunlight, be able to grow a lot better. We also run into those rare occasions where the turf is just not going to come back. In those locations, you're going to have to reseed this spring for those areas because the turf will not come back. This past winter was great conditions for snow molds to develop in your yard. The biggest things we're going to need to be looking for, those matted areas in our lawn where we had snow accumulation, identifying those areas and treating them and managing them so we can restore our home lawns to the conditions that we want. So the big things we want to remember, raking those matted areas and reseeding those areas. And I highly recommend that you watch future episodes of Backyard Farmer where Rock's going to talk in more detail about when to reseed and how to reseed those areas affected by snow mold.